Hi guys, so this is a look I'm going to be showing you in this video today. It's just a really in-depth version of how to contour and highlight your whole face, your eyes, and your lips. So keep watching and let me know what you think. Thanks. Okay, so you're going to want to start off with clean hands and a fresh face. I have just cleansed my face and then I applied the Avalon Organics Vitamin C Renewal face moisturizer. So we're going to be working with creams, so you want to make sure that there are no dry patches on your skin for the makeup to cling to when we're doing our contouring and highlighting. So first we want to start off with two different color foundations. I'm going to use this L'Oreal True Match in, well, it doesn't matter what shade it's in. Mine is Classic Ivory N2. But just something that's the lightest color of your skin tone, which for me I would match up to my neck because my neck tends to be a little bit lighter than my face. And then I'm going to find my darker shades, and also you don't want any foundation with shimmer or glitter in it because that's just going to look fake. So I'm going to be mixing a couple different foundations for my darker colors. I'm going to use this Rimmel Clean Finish Matte one and then a CoverGirl Nature Luxe one. So I'm going to start off first of all with the light color, and I'm just going to apply way too much to the back of my hand. That's what I'm going to do. Don't do that. And then I'm just going to take I don't know, I think this is a Posh foundation brush from Target. You can use your fingers if you want to, but I'm just going to use a brush today. And then what you want to do with the light color is you want to apply it to the center of your forehead, down your nose. You want to make a triangle under your eyes, so kind of like that, like you're going to conceal under your eye but then bring it down the sides of your nose. Just don't get too close to your nose because we want to put the darker color there later. So down there, you can at this time cover your eyelids with this as a shadow base. You're going to put it on your chin, and then you just want to hit the tops of your cheekbones. And now I'm just going to mix my darkest foundation colors on my hand. I'll show you. They're pretty similar in shade actually. So that's just what it looks like. I'm just going to mix it, and then you just want to get this kind of on the very end of your brush because this is where we're going to go in and do some chiseling. So this part you can kind of just do haphazardly, but I'm just going to put it on the sides of my forehead. And if you have a pretty big forehead like I do, sometimes I like to go straight across the top to kind of close in and focus just in the smaller center part of my forehead. And then I'm going to do my cheekbone. So I'm just going to go make a fish face if you need to, but start at the top of the ear and go down to the corner of your mouth. And then it looks like I'm going to need a little bit more. I'm going to get some more on my brush, especially just the end for this one, and I'm going to go down the sides of the bridge of my nose and kind of do the corners of my eyes right there too, to just really slenderize my nose right there. And then I'm just going to go in with my nostrils and make a little bit triangle on the end. Fun fact of the day, this is how Marilyn Monroe used to contour her nose. And then I have a nose piercing, but I just go right over it. I'm going to kind of make like an arrow, so I'm going to go straight down and then back on both sides. So straight down and then back on my nostril. Okay, we're going to blend that later. It looks crazy right now, it's okay. Then to make the bottom, your lower lip a little bit bigger, so you are going to turn to the side. See that natural contour right there where you'd like have a big pouty lip? That's what you're going to define. So right under your lip, make like a little frowny line right above your chin under your lip. And then you can also contour underneath your chin if you were worried about double chin or anything right there. Oh, that sounds funny. Or even just if you don't worry about that, just for photos it looks nice. So I'm going to make a triangle under my chin. So I'm going to go like this, and make a little triangle right there. And then you can also sculpt out your jaw. I usually skip this step since I have a pretty like masculine looking jaw, but I'll do this just for demonstration anyway. Okay, so now that I look like a complete crazy person. Oh, also, you can go in and contour your eyelids if you want. I usually skip this step and just do it with my eyeshadow later, but I'll just show you. So you just kind of put it in the crease, just like you would your contour darker shade, and then you can kind of fade it up towards the end of your eyebrow. Okay, so now you want to take a clean brush, and I'm just going to use this cheap dual fiber stippling brush that I have. The brush hairs shed like crazy and they drive me nuts, but just bear with me because this is a really good blending brush anyway. So I'm going to go into the darker shades, and you kind of want to blend the seam from the dark shades to the light shades. Oh my gosh, so many brush hairs are coming out right now. Sorry, we'll pick all of those off later. They're driving me crazy. That's okay. Gonna get my neck real quick so this doesn't dry before I can get to it, and then I have crazy orange lines down my neck. So you really want to blend your neck well, and I'm just blending it down towards my collarbone. You want your foundation to look seamless, not like you just drew with two different colors all over your face, which is what you just did. So this is kind of like the foundation for your contouring and highlighting. This makes a huge difference. Okay, and just you kind of want to start with the lighter shade and blend out into the darker shade, so you're not making your whole face dark by blending the dark into the light, because that's going to cover that up. And then make sure it gets really well into your hairline. I like to go back with my clean fingers and just smooth that out so I don't have like orange dried foundation stuck to my hair. I'm just going to use my finger. Blend my eyes. And then I'm going to go underneath and gently blend that in as well. Okay, now that we've blended all of our foundation, it should look like we just applied foundation, but instead of being like a normal heavy coat, ooh, my hand's brown, you see that? It just kind of looks more natural because your skin naturally has contours, and the light kind of makes shadows on your face, and when you just put like an all over color of foundation on your face, it tends to look more fake. So that's why contouring is nice, especially for photos where you lose a lot of definition in your face with a flash. So now I'm going to go on to concealing my under eyes and kind of making this area like light and bright, kind of that very Kim Kardashian look that she has going on. It's not just bright under here, but the whole center of her cheeks and under her eyes are very bright. So I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Secret Concealer in number 2. And this is just a really creamy salmon color. And so this, the orange in this, it looks too dark for my skin, but just trust me. The orange in this is going to counteract any blue undertones that I have from the thin skin right there, showing the veins underneath. So this is just going to kind of cover it up, and then we're going to go back and kind of brighten it up. So we'll just tap that right on. And then you want to kind of make that triangle shape again. And then I'm going to go on my eyelid just to even further smooth out or even out the skin tone up there. And a little bit around my mouth. Just so we don't waste any extra product. Okay. Now I am going to take a highlighter, and I'm going to use just Benefit's High Beam. Can you see that? Okay, it's just like the mini liquid sample form. And I'm going to go, once I get that off, I'm going to go under my eyes just a tiny bit, because you don't want to do all this highlighting and contouring to look more natural and then have a ton of glitter and shimmer all over your face. So this is just going to brighten it up a tad, and we're going to do this under powder. We're going to set all this with powder at the end, so it'll even tone down the shimmer that much more. Okay, so we've done that. Now I'm going to take the same highlighter and I'm going to go, these are the spots that we're going, this is extra highlighting contouring. So I'm going to go down the center of the nose, and anywhere you put something lighter and brighter is going to bring things forward, and anything you put a darker color on is going to kind of recess things, make things look more chiseled or hide big foreheads and whatnot. So this is just going to kind of slenderize my nose, streamline it. This especially works if you have more of a crooked nose. If you just draw a straight line down, it kind of fools the eye into seeing that your nose is actually straight. And then I'm going to go right above the top of my lip, which is called your Cupid's bow, and this kind of just lifts your lips up and gives it more of like a plump Victoria's Secret-esque look. I'm running out of this stuff. And then I'm going to go right down the tops of my cheekbones. Ugh, this is so annoying. Okay, on both sides. Let me move my hair out of the way so I don't have highlighted hair. Well, I already do, but you know what I mean. Okay, and you can kind of go pretty heavy with the highlighter on the tops of your cheekbones. And then I'm going to put it under my eyebrow just to kind of lift and brighten my eye area. I'm also going to go in the inner corner of my eyes. Now, my eyes are pretty regular and a little bit on the wide set side, but if your eyes are very wide set, far apart, and I mean, by all means play it up if you want to, but if you're trying to decrease the look of your wide set eyes, you don't want to put any highlighter in the corner of your eyes, because it's just going to brighten that area up and make it look wider. You're going to want to kind of darken that area up and put the brighter on this side, on the outside of your eyes, to kind of draw your eyes closer together, if that makes any sense. And you can also go on your forehead, as long as it's not too sparkly or shimmery. You can kind of brighten that area up. So this is kind of like crazy photo shoot, non-everyday highlighting, contouring makeup. So I'm just going to pat that in with my finger. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and then just my setting powder. Where is it? Right here. It's just Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I'm not sure why it's called that, because it's literally like the palest shade ever. And I just kind of put my brush in it, shake off the excess, and then I'm just going to kind of tap it around. And then once most of it's kind of dried up and I'm sure that it's not really going to move around, I'm going to get a little bit more and swirl it around my face. And then I'm just going to use my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Soft Matte Bronzer. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, like a little bit too much for my liking, but for the purposes of this tutorial, it's pretty dark and I want you to be able to see, so this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to start with my cheekbones. So same thing as before with the foundation, but you just want to use a really light touch with this. See how I barely put any on and already you can see that a lot? So you want the most of the product back by your ear, and you want to make sure you blend that into your hair, in your hairline. And just softly bring that down to the corner of your mouth. See how already this side of my face, you can see my cheekbone a lot more, and this side is just kind of flat. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And basically with the powder bronzer, we're just going to go over, well, not bronzer, contour shade, because bronzer usually has a shimmery sheen connotation with it. We're just going to go over the places that we went with the dark color when we were using our foundation. You can kind of make like a triangle with this part being the biggest, and then kind of tapering in towards your mouth. So when you blend that down, blend it a lot by your ear, and then kind of just taper it in when you reach your mouth. Okay, now I'm going to go to the sides of my forehead, make this sucker a little bit smaller. Now, bronzing for purpose of contour is different than bronzing to get a sun-kissed look. And you kind of either have to choose one or the other, otherwise you're gonna look like you just stuck your face in a big pot of bronzer, and that's not always the cutest look. Because the sun is gonna naturally hit you on different spots than where you want to contour to kind of slim your face down. So just let me know if you want another video for like kind of natural sun-kissed look, but this is not that. Okay, so now the sides of my forehead are contoured, my cheekbones are contoured. I'm gonna go in and do under my chin. So remember, just kind of follow your jaw and then make a triangle right here. You want to recess that so it doesn't look like you have a double chin. See how already that kind of defines my jaw? And you can go along your jaw and very, very lightly. And then you want to definitely bring this down. You don't want to make your whole neck brown, but you just want to blend this super well. Okay, and then we're going to go, I'm going to pinch this more so I can get smaller spaces right under the lip. Kind of make like a little whoop, like a frowny face. Make sure that's blended well. Okay, and now I'm going to get a smaller brush for this. Oh, this one's not clean. Let me clean this off real quick. Just going to use a eyeshadow brush like this. And I'm going to dip that into my bronzer. And I'm going to contour my nose with it. So start from your eyebrow and bring that down. And you don't want to go crazy with this because you don't want to look like you have brown lines down your nose. Then do that little triangle trick at the tip of your nose. And then go back like this. So it kind of like meh, meh. Just like that with the sound effects and everything. Okay, and then we're going to blend this. I'm going to go back with this fluffy brush that I use for under my eyes and blend that really well. Because a little bit goes a long way with the dark bronzing, contouring color, I should say. Okay, so now I look very sculpted and kind of like I don't have makeup on, but I just have perfect skin, and that's what we're going for. So now I'm going to go, let me see, I'm going to take the same contouring shade. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch to eyeshadow. Let me get, where'd it go? Okay, found it. I'm going to take my Naked 3 palette, and I am just going to be using Nooner, the third darkest matte kind of rosy brown shade. And I'm going to contour my eyes. So I'm going to do, most of you know how to just contour your crease. So I'm just going to do that in kind of a circular shape. And then since my eyes are a little bit wide set, I'm going to kind of bring that in a little bit more towards my nose. Now if you have close together eyes, you want to stay away from dark colors because it's just gonna, or dark colors in the corner of your eye, because it's just gonna make your eyes look more close together. But I don't have that problem, so I'm gonna put a dark color right there, and then make sure to blend this. See how I didn't even go back for more product? This is all just from my first application. You just want to blend this really, really well. because this is supposed to look natural, not like you just put it there. So there you go. So this eye just looks kind of like, I don't have an eyelid, and this eye looks a lot more defined. Okay, now for the last step for the face, I'm going to go over with a powder highlighter. So I have got two highlight shades here. One is, I don't even know what this color is called, but this is a CoverGirl blush. And basically, it's just like the super light, I don't know if you can see. There you go. It's like a really light champagne pink color that works really well with pale skin. I also have my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, which looks a little bit funny and it's got a lot of flecks of glitter. It looks a lot better when I was tanner. So if you have darker skin tones, this is a good way to go. It's kind of like a goldy rose color. But for now, since I'm super pale and it's the winter, I'm just going to go in with the CoverGirl color on a little brush like this. And I just want to pat this on the tops of my cheekbones in a straight line. Don't get too close to your nose because shimmer will enlarge, well, it won't enlarge your pores. It'll emphasize large pores, especially if you get oily like I do. It'll emphasize the oil. It just doesn't look super cute. So try and stay away from the sides of your nose. Just keep it up on your cheekbones. And then I'm going to go a tiny bit down the center of the nose. Just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to go on top of the lip. I'll just use my finger for this. See how that kind of brings your lip up a little bit? And then I'm going to use my finger again and go under my eyebrow to kind of lift and lighten my eyes. Just right under the highest point of your eyebrow, and then kind of blend that out. And then you can go a little bit in the inner corner of your eyes. I don't like to do too much. So now for the last part of this video, I'm going to show you how to contour your lips, which is kind of a strange notion for some of you guys. But first I'm going to start off with this nude lipstick. It's called Myth by MAC. And it's just a nice matte nude. I'm just going to blot it, kind of pat it on my lips, just to kind of block out most of the redness. So this just kind of gives me an even color all around my lips, kind of like foundation would do for your face. Now I'm going to go in with, this needs to be sharpened. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Let me find my lighter shade. I was going to go in with a light nude color, what's it called, lip liner, but that needed to be sharpened and I don't want to sharpen it. So I'm going to go in with an even lighter lip color. This is Close to Real by MAC, and I'm just going to put this in the center of my lips. Again, remember, what you want to look bigger and fuller, you want to use lighter colors for, because that's going to bring it forward. And what you want to kind of define or look more recessed, you want to put a darker color there. So right now, I'm going to put this in the center of my lips so we can get that big kind of like pouty look. So just in the center. And now I'm going to take this, sorry, that was probably really loud on camera. This is actually an eyeliner in taupe. This is just oh my gosh. This is a cheap drugstore eyeliner, but this will work. I'm just going to use light strokes since this is pretty brown, but I'm going to lightly line my lips with this. And I'm going to go a little bit darker right under here to kind of make this look more recessed and make this look kind of a little bit poutier. Okay, now, I mean, it looks kind of crazy, but we're going to blend it, don't worry. I'm going to go down, draw a line right here, the center of my lip. This just kind of adds to like the pouty dimension of it. And then I'm going to go in and kind of fill in the corners of my mouth so this part looks a little bit smaller and this part comes forth even more. Just a little bit on the outer edges. Okay, now you can leave it like this if you like that kind of overdrawn Pamela Anderson kind of look, But for a day-to-day basis, I don't prefer that. So let me find my lip brush, which I should have had ready. I'm sorry. What the heck? Oh, okay, found it. Okay, so you just want to take a clean lip brush, and I'm just going to blend this. So this is the finished look. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks guys. Bye.